Alright, good morning campers. Today we're going to be talking about the Madagascar palm. Now these guys right here are a plant known for their spikes all on this long stalk here, and then their green foliage on top. Lovely green foliage. Now as you can see here, what I did, I left some of the brown leaves on there. See, for care, what you're going to do is you're going to look at your leaves and you're going to see which ones are dead or dying. And of course, they do not look that great. What you're going to want to do is you're going to actually pluck them off. It's kind of obvious, but just so you know, doesn't mean your whole plant is dying. If you have a couple dead leaves, it's not that big of a deal. What you want to do is you want to get a pair of tweezers, or if you're brave, you can use your hand and go in there and really just clean that up to make it look a lot better. Now, with these here, you want to have bright light. Now, here at the greenhouse we have filtered light, and you got to think about this when you are getting your plant at home. You want to kind of transition it from one place to another, just like you would a fish. So if you got it from inside of a greenhouse with filtered light, then you're going to want to have to adjust, you're going to want to adjust it so that it will eventually be able to take the full light. So you might want to keep it inside a little bit, take it outside for maybe a little time a day, but these things can stand the full sun. Now let's talk about some dangers of this plant. First of all, obviously it is very, very spiky, and these spikes do hurt. Let's go to my hand here, see if we can focus in on that right there. We've got some little red dots there. That is from handling these cactus all yesterday. Some of them will fall on you, if you're handling a lot of them anyway. And if they do, they give you those red dots right there. You want to make sure those don't get infected. Now, here are some other hazards. Let's look at the bottom of this pot here. You can see that there are roots growing out. It is time for this to be repotted. And to repot them, you have to take them out. Sometimes you will have to cut these roots because they will grow around. Very strong roots. Now, you want to make sure these are standing straight up when they are growing. Straight up. You do not want them tilted sideways. Let me show you what happens when you tilt them sideways. Let's turn this down a little bit. There you go. So as you can see here, it will grow toward the light, just like any other plant probably would. Now, obviously the root had a bit to do with this, knocked it off balance, and then once it knocked it off balance, the rest of the plant ended up like this. What do you do if you get a plant like this? You are going to want to repot it, but you're going to want to repot it so that the roots and everything that's in this green pot here actually are stuck in there. And so then it can grow up properly. The roots will just be a little bit different. Now, one thing I do want to note about these guys here, let me see if we get a focus in, nice, is that, you know, a lot of them can grow to be a lot bigger, a lot faster than you would expect. So right now, well, obviously if it gets cold, you want to bring these in. That's just something else I want to note before we go any further. Let's see if there's anything else. It requires porous soil. So you want to make sure that it can actually drain out. You don't want soil like clay that will actually smother your plant and keep the water there and rot the roots. Now, let me show you how big one of these things can actually get. So I'm going to go out a bit. And right here, this guy is huge. He's about 7 feet tall. So you can see those are the two Madagascar palms I showed you earlier. About 7 feet tall. This thing will grow as big as the greenhouse. This is just a Madagascar palm. This has been in full sun, and it's been out here for a long time. So when you guys are, you know, potting yours, this is what you can look forward to eventually. Now, I don't know exactly how long this is, but I would say it's been about 10 years since they potted this. There was a bigger one that we had around the greenhouse, but sadly that one fell down. The roots just couldn't hold it up anymore. We had a strong wind, whole thing falls down. So that's where I'm going to end this. Hope you guys liked it. Please hit the like button if you do, subscribe to me, and also get ready for more content. I'm thinking about doing this daily on different plants.